My name is Eben Alexander. For more than 2 decades, I was an academic neurosurgeon. I was trained at some of the world's most prestigious institutions, including Harvard Medical School. My entire life was dedicated to the physical brain. I knew how it worked, how it produced thoughts, emotions, and consciousness. I was a scientist, a man of the material world. To me, consciousness was simply a product of the brain's complex electrical and chemical processes. I believed that when the brain died, consciousness died with it. The idea of a soul, of a spirit, of a heaven or a hell, to me, that was a lovely myth. Then, on a Monday morning in November of 2008, my life as I knew it ended. I woke up with an agonizing back pain. Within hours, I was in the emergency room. It was a rare form of bacterial meningitis, and the E. coli was literally eating my brain. I was rushed into a coma, put on a ventilator, and for 7 days my body was fighting a losing battle. My doctors, my friends, my family, they were all told my chances of survival were slim to none. My neocortex, the part of my brain responsible for all higher-level functions, was completely shut down. Medically, there was no way I could have been conscious, but I was. My first awareness was of a horrific, murky, and pounding existence. I call it the earthworm's eye view. It was a dark, primitive, and utterly terrifying realm. I had no body, no memory, no language, not even a sense of being human. I was just a point of awareness, trapped in this nightmarish void. I existed there for what felt like an eternity. Then, a beautiful melody came to me from above, like a swirling white light, and it tore open a rip in that dark existence, and I was pulled out. I was a speck of awareness, riding on the wing of a butterfly, soaring through a vibrant, beautiful valley. It was a place of overflowing life, with blossoming flowers, rich green fields, and countless other butterflies. I was accompanied by a beautiful young woman who never spoke, but whose thoughts of unconditional love and reassurance flowed directly into me. This realm, which I now call the Gateway, was a place of pure joy and wonder. And from there, I was taken to an even higher plane. I ascended into an immense, infinite black void that was paradoxically filled with an incredible light. A light so brilliant it was almost incomprehensible, yet it was not painful to look at. In this space, I encountered a divine being. I was told, not in words but through an immediate flow of concepts, that I was loved and cherished forever, that I had nothing to fear and that there was nothing I could do wrong. I learned that the material world we inhabit is just one small part of a much larger, multidimensional reality. I learned that we are here on Earth for a purpose, to learn lessons of love, compassion, and forgiveness. I was shown that the pain and suffering we endure are not punishments, but rather catalysts for our spiritual growth. And I was told I would be going back. I didn't know what back meant, but I knew I had to return. When I finally woke up from the coma, my memory was gone. I didn't recognize my family. I had no idea who I was, but I had a very vivid, very real, very powerful memory of where I had just been. As my memories slowly returned, I realized that what I had experienced was a monumental challenge to everything I had ever believed as a neurosurgeon. My doctors told me my brain was incapable of dreaming or hallucinating. Yet, I had had this ultra-real, undeniable journey. The most powerful moment of my recovery came when I discovered the identity of the young woman on the butterfly wing. I had never known my birth family, as I was adopted. But 4 months after my coma, I was shown a picture of my birth sister, who had passed away 2 years before I even learned of her existence. I recognized her instantly. She was the girl who had guided me in the Gateway. That was the final, undeniable proof for me that what I had experienced was not a product of my brain, but a journey of the soul. My spiritual awakening was not a choice, it was a realization. The universe is not a cold, random place. It is infused with consciousness, love, and a divine creator. My journey changed me fundamentally. The man who went into that hospital, the hard-nosed atheist neurosurgeon, was not the same man who came out. I now believe that consciousness is primary, and that our physical bodies are simply vehicles for our eternal souls. I can no longer dismiss the countless stories of near-death experiences, because I now know, from my own direct experience, that there is something more. And that something is a boundless reality of love and hope.